looks like some kind of cryostasis chamber.
How many bodies are there?
8. And the equipment is still functioning.
You must be feeling guilty. Need your toe. I'll oblige. Let my gavel ring
He's human.
justice of your thin skull.
And from the clothes, I'd say he's from the same era as the vehicle we found. His lifetime readings are minimal, but he's alive.
Captain, according to these readings, there are 5 other cryostasis chambers nearby. No life sign. This appears to be the only one with people inside.
There's another male over here. This one's a female. She's wearing some sort of leather jacket. A pair of gold rings. Wait, there's a name tag here. I think it's A period E-A-R-H-A-R-T. Earhart. Amelia Earhart.
Who's Amelia Earhart?
She was one of the first female pilots in Earth history. In the mid-20th century, she became quite famous for flying across the Atlantic Ocean. In 1937, she attempted to fly around the world. According to the records of the time, on July 2nd, 1937, Earhart and her navigator, Fred Linden, took off from New Guinea, and they were headed east, around the equator. But somewhere in the South Seas, they vanished, and their disappearance became one of the most celebrated mysteries of the 20th century.
Why didn't they think she just crashed?
That was the most commonly held theory. However, numerous searches of the area failed to produce the wreckage of an aircraft, so people began to speculate. Some thought she'd been shot down and captured by the Japanese Navy. Others thought that she and Noonan had flown off together on some sort of romantic adventure. Of course, the most ridiculed notion was that she had been abducted by aliens.
Well, it certainly looks like that's what happened. From what we can tell, all 8 of the people in that stasis chamber were taken from Earth in the 1930s and brought here. The question is why? And where are the aliens who did this? Scans of the region show no alien life signs.
Continue the scans. They may not be here now, but once they detect our presence, they might return. In the meantime, we'll have to get some answers on our own. Have you had any luck tapping into the computer system in the cryo chamber?
Not as of yet. We are having difficulty decoding the operating system.
There's one way we could find out what happened. We could wake those people up and ask them.
I've had the same thought myself.
Is that wise? We don't know how these people are going to react when they wake up in an alien world in the 24th century.
True, but I'm not willing to just leave them in stasis for another 400 years. And if we can find out how they were brought here, we might be able to use that method to get home. We'll just have to be very careful how we handle this.
I suggest that only human crew members be present when we revive them.
Agreed. Mr. Kim, I want a complete analysis of those cryostasis tubes. Find a way to deactivate them safely.
I can't.
Commander, apprise the doctor of our situation. Tell him to instruct Kes in the proper procedure for reviving someone from cryostasis. She can be made to look human easily enough. In the meantime, I suggest we all brush up on ancient Earth. We're about to meet a bit of our history.
We're ready, Captain. All the cryotubes are linked by a common power source, so we've decided to revive everyone simultaneously.
Proceed.
The power's offline. Deactivate locking mechanisms.
Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position.
Captain, This one's armed with some kind of weapon.
This was
Disarm him, just to be on the safe side.
still working on it. Continue to defend.
I know this must be very strange for a woman.
Who are you? What is going on here? I demand you release me immediately.
Please, if you'll just listen for a moment, I'll try to explain.
All speaking Japanese.
Sounds to me like you are speaking English.
It's because of a device we have. A universal translator.
Odds were against
It
us.
allows us to talk to each other, even though our languages aren't the same. Who are you people?
Look, just let us go home. We won't tell anybody.
The hell we won't. I'm gonna let the world know what you people have done. You know who you kidnapped here? Amelia Earhart. I'm her navigator. This is gonna be headline news. You people are in trouble.
Fred, let her talk.
What I have to tell you is going to sound hard to believe, even preposterous. We think you were abducted from Earth in the 1930s and brought millions of miles through space to a planet on the other side of the galaxy. You were put into a kind of deep sleep for a very long time. It's not the 1930s anymore. The year is 2371, over 400 years from the time you were abducted.
You must think we are awfully gullible.
Tell me, what's the last thing you remember before waking up here?
We were over the Pacific, running low on gas, looking for an atoll to set down. We tried to send out an SOS, and suddenly there was this huge light in back of us. And the plane stopped, dead. And then it started moving backward toward the light. I must have blacked out. And I woke up here just now.
That's just the way it was with me. I was in my truck heading into town. I was just about to get over to the blacktop when this big light come down from the sky, just about blinded me. Next thing I know, the whole truck is lifted up off the ground.
I believe what happened was that you were abducted by aliens. And if we can find out how they got you here, we might all be able to get back to Earth.
I want some real answers now.
I assure you, I'm telling the truth.
You, come on down here and get those funny-looking guns of theirs. You, get over there with the others.
What is this? It's a medical device. I'm just trying to make sure that everyone is all right.
Now, how do we get out of here?
Chakotay to away, team.
Janeway here.
Captain, I'm picking up some energy displacement on the surface. I think it may be alien humanoids. It looks like they're using some kind of deflection system to trick our sensors. I think you'd better get up here.
Who's that talking?
That's Commander Chakotay. On our ship.
Commander. Okay, now hear this, Commander. There's a gun pointed at the lady's head right now. So you call Washington, and you tell them we're holding your people prisoner, and they're not going anywhere until I personally talk to J. Edgar Hoover. You've got 1 hour. Captain?
It seems we're being held hostage, Commander. I suggest you pay attention to what the gentleman says.
I understand.
Chakotay out.
All security personnel report to the cargo bay immediately.
Compass isn't working.
I know what we've told you sounds hard to believe, but there was a time when no one believed that a woman could fly across the Atlantic. Now, people are able to travel between the stars. The galaxy is full of many different species. For instance, This young woman isn't human. She's an Okamba.
I've been on expeditions all over the world and I've seen people do all kinds of strange things to their bodies. That doesn't mean that Martians have invaded Earth.
Actually, it was the other way around. Mars was colonized by people from Earth in 2103.
That's enough. All of you just go over there and sit down and keep quiet.
Grenier researcher Tyler Reger has made alarming strides in the field of gene repair. His work would not only reverse centuries of deterioration due to excessive cloning, but also allow for stronger and deadlier genetic notes. Eliminate Reger and put a stop to his
Scientific interference has affected the transporter's targeting scanners. We can't beam into the chamber, so we'll have to go on foot.
We will deploy throughout the caves, sealing off any exit from the chamber. Let's go.
Now is probably not the best time for that, Brett.
Just a little pick-me-up.
He's had a few nips from that flask, Captain. Probably Russian. Get the gun.
Let me try to talk to Earhart first. She seems reasonable. Maybe I can get through to her. Miss Earhart. I want you to know,
sensors now. You've been
you've always been
detected.
an inspiration to me. Because of you, generations of women have become pilots.
Generations. What's your name?
Catherine Janeway.
I heard the commander call you Captain. What exactly do you captain?
The Federation Starship Voyager.
Starship. That's supposed to mean it flies through space.
That's right.
That isn't possible. Only in books. H.G. Wells, Jules Verne.
Maybe if you saw it, you'd think otherwise.
Saw it. Where is it?
On the surface, we're actually about 100 meters underground now. If you'd come with me to see Voyager, you'd realize that what we're telling you is true.
And risk a trap. Now you can have hundreds of reinforcements out there.
I assure you, we have no interest in harming you. We took you out of stasis to help you.
Put yourself in my shoes, Captain. If you were me, would you believe your story?
Maybe not. Let me tell you some of what happened after you disappeared over the Pacific. No trace of you or your plane was ever found, in spite of a massive search. Over the years, there was a lot of speculation about your flight, including the rumor that it was financed by the government, and may have been part of an operation to gather information about the Japanese.
Where did you hear that?
It's somewhat common knowledge. You see, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, drawing the United States into a massive world war. In retrospect, your journey was seen in a different light. Perhaps as part of an intelligence mission devised by a government deeply concerned about Japanese war plans.
No one was supposed to know that.
Maybe not in 1937. No. It's part of history.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we stick him in these things? Put him to sleep like we were. No fuss, no trouble.
Mr. Noonan, that will accomplish nothing. Please, let us take you to our ship. You'll see that everything we've told you is true.
Show me how to operate this thing.
Hey, last time I looked, you were working for me. And I think we should listen to these people. They just maybe tell the truth. It's the harm in seeing that maybe they do have this starship. Beats being cooped up in here trying to figure out what happened. How about it? Anyone want to come along?
I wouldn't mind taking a look.
Anyone else?
You're not leaving me behind.
Cass and I'll stay with the others, Cap.
It'll take about 10 minutes to get to the surface. Stay close to us. Mr. Carey.
I'm reading energy displacements again. Possibly alien life signs. 200 meters ahead.
way.
What's all that wreck?
Take cover.
Breach complete. Feel free to proceed.
Jailer, it's rotating.
I'm here, Captain. We're pinned down.
I can see you from here. Lay down phaser fire. I'm gonna circle around to your left. Try to connect them from the rear.
Right.
Chakotay to Voyager.
Taurus here, Commander.
Can you give us some help down here?
I don't think so. The targeting scanners are still useless. I can't risk laying down weapons fire if I don't know where it's going.
Keep trying to get them online.
Aye, Commander.
Hold your fire. Drop your weapons. Turn around slowly.
You're not Briori.
No. I'm human.
This is for the children.
We're human. You're working for the Briori. They have ships like yours.
I'll answer any questions you have, but first we must take care of our wounded. Can we agree to end this?
Yes.
I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager.
John Evansville. This is my colleague, Karen Berlin.
Severe trauma to the thoracic cavity, lacerated carotid artery.
Watch yourself.
I'm gonna make it.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. Vascular regenerator? He's not responding to the treatment. The alcohol level in his blood is so high, it's inhibiting the repair to his circulatory system. Something to compensate.
Told you you'd drink it and kill you one day.
She's right, Doc. Just let me die in peace. There's just one thing I want to say to you first. Even though it's 400 years late. Amelia, I love you. Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere.
You never said anything.
You're married. Or you were. I guess he's dead now. I just wanted you to know before I met my maker.
There. That should do it.
Do what?
You're healed.
You know I'm not gonna die?
Aside from a hangover, you're going to be fine.
Oh, Billy, you gotta forget what I just told you. Promise me.
Fred, I already have.
You've taken the 37s. Why?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You went into the shrine. You stole the 37s from the sacred altars. And you disturbed the radio signal that we have been so careful to preserve.
Captain, I think he's talking about their artifacts.
Tell me more about this. 37. Are you one of them?
I'm one of their descendants. The 37s were brought here over 15 generations ago by the Briori.
Who are the Briori?
They're an alien race. They abducted over 300 people from Earth in the year 1937. Brought them over here, turned them into slaves. But those slaves revolted, killed the Briori, took their weapons and their technology, and survived. And now there are over 100,000 of us. The Briori never came back. Now you answer me. Why did you steal the remaining 37s from the shrine?
We didn't steal them. We simply revived.
Revive them, they're dead.
They were simply in a state of what we call cryostasis. That's a form of sleep that appears very much like death.
Do you mean they're alive?
Yes.
My people have come to regard the 37s as monuments to our ancestors. Nobody has even entered their shrine for generations.
Mr. Evansville, we were hoping to find the ship that brought your ancestors here. Possibly use it to get back to Earth a little faster.
Sorry. The Briori ship was destroyed in the slave revolt. There's nothing left. Captain, I'm sorry to hear about your long journey home. But you should know that life on this planet is good. We live in 3 beautiful cities, only 50 miles from here.
Oh, I'd like to see your cities.